In this video, we will see a case of grade 2 cataract with a horizontal chop and a special technique of hold tilt chop we will demonstrate here. I am just preparing a cystitome needle here, which is a 26 gauge bent needle, and my main port and side port is already performed, which is around 2.6 mm for main port and 23 gauge for side port. They are usually directed to the center of the anterior capsule, and now we start with the anterior capsule rhexis, and you can see while performing rhexis there is no disturbance to the anterior capsular material. That indicates that I am not putting any pressure on the lens substance itself. Usually this rhexis is 5.5 mm, and which is sufficient in most of the cases. We can have a slightly staining of the anterior capsule if visibility is less, but here because of the omni-glow I can see the capsule very well and staining is not required. So once the hydro is performed with 27 gauge cannula, 360 degrees rotation of nucleus is performed. In many cases here I am not rotating because this is not a very hard cataract, and the substance of cataract is not very sticky. So you can see how nicely I could turn it 180 degrees, and once I have done that I am holding it with the main port of phaco and then tilting it and then using my left hand chopper to chop it from the equator. So I am going in from equator to the center. Note that center first, chop very carefully. If you want, watch it again. And once that is done, this heminucleus of the nucleus is taken out and it is divided into multiple pieces and taken out, and this phaco procedure has become so easy. Once heminucleus is removed, I will rotate the remaining heminucleus and then broke into two halves and see how easily it has come out. Once this is done, the phaco can be performed. Even side port incision is not required. I have taken out my left hand because that was not anymore needed. The grade of cataract is not very hard over here. Now I am going in with the coaxial irrigation aspiration probe, and first I like to take incisions, subincisional cortex, and followed by the remaining cortex. Now while doing so, do a sweeping movement so that the cannula gets nicely blocked and you get a good hold of this cortical material. Once that is done, I am carefully removing my hand out and not allowing the chamber to too much decompress. Chamber is again formed with visco, and now I am injecting a single piece IOL into the bag. How nicely it is being injected. See, the first haptic has gone in. The second haptic is there in the anterior chamber delivered fully, and which is dialed with the help of left hand, and it is a wound assisted type of IOL dialing. And here we can see a well centered IOL now with a viscoelastic all over. So I want to take out that viscoelastic, so I again go in with a visco wash type of settings in the machine, and visco is taken out completely and from below the IOL also. So the chamber is free from viscoelastic, which is responsible for initial IOP spikes in the post-operative period if we don't remove this visco completely. So it is mandatory to remove this visco as much as possible. This is followed by hydro. Hydro is meticulously done, not too much required because the incisions were nicely done. I hope you enjoyed this case. Thank you and good day.